Starbucks fortunately did realize early on that it wasn't about the coffee, but that it was about the people. And about all the people. And what we figured out is that we weren't in the coffee business serving people, we were in the people business serving coffee. It sounds like a small play on words. But I'm here to tell you that words matter so much in organizations, and you all know that. If you lead organizations, you can say one word and throw a whole organization off or into a tither and send people down the hallways working on projects that you never even wanted to get worked on. And so words are very important, and these words are very important. Starbucks is really about the people, and we really are in the people business serving coffee, not the other way around. So for you guys, I was trying to think, okay, what can I say? It's not about t-shirts, it's not about Chinese food, it's not about boats, or it's not about profit, market share, IPOs.
What the?
Yeah, there you find you're working on the right stuff. But the truth, it's the truth. We get so caught up in the stuff, right? We get so caught up, and you're a young company, you're growing, and you see the future out there, and you see some kind of public transaction in the future, and you're counting the days till that happens. The problem is that's not what you're there for, ever. That's just an event that may or may not happen. And it's the same thing about market share or about the bottom line of the company. It's always about the people. The rest of the stuff takes care of itself. Okay, the profit, the IPOs, all those things take care of themselves when they're supposed to happen. If they're supposed to happen, they happen. But day in and day out, minute by minute, hour by hour, it's the people that make your businesses grow and go. So here are the 10 principles of leadership that are in the book, and we're only going to cover a few of them today. I'll run through them very quickly. Wear one hat. Do it because it's right, not because it's right for your resume. The person who sweeps the floor should choose the broom. That's always one that gets the purchasing departments in an uproar. They're worried about anarchy. Care like you really mean it. The walls talk. Only the truth sounds like the truth. Think like a person of action. Act like a person of thought. We've probably, out of all the things on this page, has been the most difficult one for me to deal with personally. There's always a struggle. For those of you that have been in my office, you'll know that I'm not a very good learner, so the way I learn things is I have quotes all over my office wall. I mean, all over my office wall, plastered. And they're all there from some experience that I've had in the past, some learning experience. Either somebody's given me the quote, or I picked it out when I was struggling over something. And this one thing, this one quote, think like a person, act like a person of thought, it's always been a struggle for me. And I finally, at my ripe old age of 63, I finally come to the realization that you have to be thoughtful, but if I have to make a mistake, I'm going to act. And that's what I teach people now. Better to make a mistake by doing something than to sit on your hands and do nothing and think it's a bit. We're human beings first, big noise and still small voice, and say yes, the most powerful word in the world. So we're going to talk about one hat first. I want to tell you a story. I was 26 years old, and I was working for, I grew up in the home furnishings business, and I left my family's business, and I went to work for a furniture company. And I got promoted one day to vice president after about 2 years of work. One of the most exciting days. I couldn't wait to call my mom and call my wife, call my brother, my sister. I mean, here I was, a young guy, no college education. I barely got out of high school, right? And here I got this fantastic promotion. I was proud and excited. Thought, God, can I contribute to this organization even more than I've been able to? Because now I'm really going to have some responsibility over something and have some accountability. And I was standing by the elevator one day. This was about 2 weeks after this promotion, and they had a big dinner for me, and the chairman and the CEO came up to me. Walker Treese was his name. He long since passed away. Walker came up to me, and I was getting ready to go down for lunch, and it was just the two of us. And he said, Howard, we're so proud of you, and you've worked hard these last 2 years, and you really deserve this promotion, and we're excited for you, and we know you're going to make a great contribution. But I just want to give you a little coaching on something, because I think now that you have this responsibility, you have to understand that being an executive of a company comes with a different set, of responsibilities. And I said, okay, and, I'm young, and I'm thinking God is talking to me. It's the chairman and the CEO, and so I'm listening. And he said, Howard, one of the things that I've noticed is that you always wear your heart on your sleeve. Your emotions are out there all the time, and we love your passion, and you're passionate about the things that you believe in, but sometimes maybe just a little too passionate. And I think that if you're going to truly be an executive, that you need to learn how to moderate that behavior and to kind of change it a little bit and grow and be, this professional person that now we're expecting you to be. Boy, you could have bowled me over. I thought, man, I just got promoted, and here's the chairman and CEO telling me that I have what I considered to be a major fault, a major problem with who I was. I went home that night, and I talked to my wife, and I said, Lynn, there's a problem here, and I don't know what to do with it. And we talked about it, and she said, well, maybe you can figure out how to moderate your behavior. And so I said, okay. And so I figured, okay, I was going to take some actions. I was going to try some things. I literally and physically, when I go to meetings, you know that saying, sit on your hands? I would put my hands under my butt, right, when there was something going on that I wanted to talk about, to remind myself not to talk. I'd make little signs up that people beside me couldn't read, just little tiny ones that, honest to God, say, Howard, shut up. And I developed this nervous habit of bending paper clips, and breaking them. I thought that's awful expensive, so I changed, and I started ripping off little corners of paper. People could tell how much I was holding in by the mound of paper balls underneath the table. I was driving myself nuts. I didn't know what to do. One day, like 6 months later, one of my coworkers, one of the people that had really supported me and wanted me to get promoted, said to me, Howard, what's happened to you? The person that we wanted to be on this leadership team was the person that had the passion and the commitment and the caring. We always knew where he stood. It was an interesting thing going on at the same time. As I was